The observatory is gone, Rudy's toys are packed, and we hit the road in 3 days. It's time to say goodbye to the AstroBackyard. So many awesome memories were made back here. Videos about capturing the planet Mars and Saturn and the space station and so many deep sky objects. It's a ridiculous amount of work to put these videos together, and honestly, it can be stressful putting yourself out there online sometimes. But for the most part, it's wonderful. This YouTube channel is one of the most important parts of my life, and I absolutely love sharing these little stories in the backyard with you. I get to share my passion with all of you, and it feels so good. And hopefully you've learned a thing or two along the way. Seriously, I love it. Tonight, I thought it would be fun to take one last picture from this backyard. One final amazing night of astrophotography out here, with Rudy, of course. We leave for the new house on Friday, and man, I forgot how stressful and time-consuming packing can be. Disassembling the Black Dog Observatory dome was easy compared to taking apart the deck underneath board by board. I made sure to include observatory not included on the listing. The new backyard is better suited for astrophotography. More space, slightly darker skies, and a suitable workspace for making these videos, aka the garage. But it will take some time to get settled in, and the in-between stages are starting to stress me out. What the heck is a septic tank? We currently have a daunting amount of packing left to do, but it's a clear night in June. I just can't help myself. Ash, are you almost packed? Are you almost packed?
Yeah.
Ash said I could leave one rig set up in the backyard, right up until the day we move. So I figured I would use one of the biggest ones I have, to save room in the truck for other things, of course. It's the big Skywatcher EQ8R Pro mount with the Esprit 150 refractor on top. With a full frame color camera attached to it, I should be able to take a nice one-night wonder image with this setup. The final picture I take back here has to have meaning, something special. When we moved last time in December 2018, I chose the Horsehead Nebula as my final picture from that backyard. This time, being in June, I think that the Lagoon Nebula is a worthy subject. This is one of the deep sky objects that really captured my interest early on. It's super bright and crowd-pleasing no matter which setup you're using. One of the things about this backyard that I've always loved is that low horizon to the south for shooting into the Milky Way core. The opening doesn't last all night, but as objects rise in the east, I can track them until a meridian flip and a little bit more until they run into my tree. I've tried my best to scout out the location of Sagittarius from the new yard, but I think I may lose quite a bit of this region of sky due to trees. I drove by to see where Antares sat in relation to the tree line, and it looked like it had some good clearance from the road, that is. But as you know, the closer you get to that horizon line, the more sky you lose. So we'll see what it's actually like when I get in the new backyard. So why are we moving anyway? Well, it's kind of embarrassing, but one of my lifelong dreams was to own a large rural property. I don't care about the size of the house, just give me a big backyard. The dream involves a visual of me drinking my morning coffee, looking out into nature. A riding lawnmower, Rudy running wild, and the overall peace and tranquility of the space. With a half-acre property and no rear or front neighbors, this scenario can finally play out. Thankfully, Ashley shares this dream with me, although I may have to give her full control of the interior of the house. That's okay. Just give me the garage and the backyard. That's all I want. I'm trying not to be too naive about the fact that this is a big change. This is a country property. We need to get water delivery. We now have a septic system. Those two things alone are a huge change. And then just dealing with that amount of yard space. And I mean, I'm gonna spend half a day cutting grass 2 times a week during the summer. It's a lot to take on, but it's something I've always wanted. I promise there will be way more sticks in your new backyard. Rudy, are you excited for your new house and your new backyard? So it's just kind of hitting me right now that this is actually the last time the constellation Sagittarius, the teapot asterism, is now visible in the sky. If you look at the way my telescope is pointed, it's just barely clearing the horizon line from this backyard. I'm using the ASI Air Plus to run my imaging session tonight, and I am a huge fan of the new Sky Atlas feature, which essentially is plate solving for my telescope mount, and I use it on all of my Skywatcher mounts now. It started with the GTI, and the same functionality is great on the EQ8. I've decided I'm going to shoot 3-minute exposures, 180 seconds, with no filter in front of the camera for tonight's imaging session. This may seem a little nuts from a Bortle 7 sky, but I find that you can actually really dig out the broadband details of your object if you're willing to deal with it in the processing. Here's what my raw image looks like out of the camera. The Lagoon Nebula, as I said, is really bright, so it's a safe, practical choice, even from the city. So it's time for a new chapter. Not just a new location, but a new life. It's amazing how much your surroundings can inspire you to push forward or feel like they're holding you back. No matter where you do your astrophotography, I hope that it's a space you feel comfortable in, and that it allows you to experience the feeling and excitement of the night sky. This backyard, this light-polluted, noisy, amazing backyard will be in my heart forever. It was truly an honor to share this place with you all. We've moved into the new house. We've got a lot to do. I quit my job on January 8th. I resigned, I should say. And they made me put in 4 weeks to transition out of there, so it's killing me. I want to go full-time with AstroBackyard, but that won't happen until February 8th. I'll be able to actually dedicate all of my time to AstroBackyard, not just squeezing it in when I get home and I'm wiped after work.